This is an obstructive ultrasound of primary gravida, age 19 years. Has come for pain, generalized pain in the abdomen. So let's start the ultrasound. And I really have a propensity to start from the epigastric region and come downwards. Now you see that I can see the head just below the epigastric region, where I am having an impression that there is something wrong in the fetal brain. You can also share I will share with you here. This is something, the cystic area. What is this? So let's follow it. Now, there seems to be dilation of the ventricles. This is the lateral ventricle, and this is the lateral ventricle. This area, this white echogenic area with an angle of more than 75 degrees, this area, these two areas. Now this is one ventricle. Lateral ventricle. This is the other one. And here is the, this is the hanging area, echogenic area that you are seeing is the choroid plexus, making an angle of more than 75 degrees within it. So this is a first look at this patient. Now I am going to see what is the gestational age. For that I will have to rely upon the femur length, as we cannot rely on the diaphragmatic diameter because there is a pathology in the brain. So this is the femur. Brief presentation. Femur and the femur major. 4.57 centimeters, which is equal to the gestational age of 25 weeks. So 25 weeks pregnant female, this is the transverse of the abdomen. And okay, let's see what is the gestational age by the transverse of the fetal abdomen. As you know, that this is the stomach bubble, these are the vertebra, and this is the umbilical vein. You see measurement, and now as we have taken the femur length, and if we get the abdominal circumference, we will get the weight of the fetus as well. So now you see that here you see that the abdominal circumference is 209.4 millimeter, which is corresponding to the gestational age of 25 weeks 2 days, with this being the stomach bubble, the vertebra. There is no anomaly seen with the anterior wall. Now this is the stomach bubble, sorry, that was possibly not there. This is the stomach bubble, this is the urinary bladder, and this is the heart, as you will be seeing in the chest. It is pulsating. This is the longitudinal section of the fetal body along with the vertebral column, and there is no anomaly seen. This is the caudal end of the vertebral column. No anomaly seen at the caudal end. And this is the fetal neck region. No, and we don't see any pathology in this region as well. This is the cephalic region of the vertebral column. This is the cervical vertebra. This is the neck of the fetus. This is the esophagus, this tiny thin linear structure. This is the eye, this is the head of the fetus. Now, second important thing is to see where is the placenta. What about the placenta? So here is the placenta, which is anterior wall. Yeah, here it comes. Yes, this is the placenta. With you can see the umbilical cord as well. There are two arteries, one vein, so the umbilical cord is normal. This is the placenta anterior wall, grade 2. See the chorionic plate. This is the chorionic plate. And if you have a keen eye, you are a keen observer, then you will see that the amniotic fluid is filled. There is a lot of sand-like particles floating within these. It's not amniotic fluid should be at this 25 weeks gestational age as black as this region is, and you can see that this is okay, but rest you can see there are significant amount of debris or internal echoes as we call them, low level, and they are floating. They are floating, and this is suggestive of MECONIUM and fetal distress both. What is the amniotic fluid pocket? Now the amniotic fluid pocket measures 8.3 centimeters, and this is the MECONIUM. These debris, these low-level floating echoes, and this is the single largest amniotic fluid pocket. Which we see, we take the umbilical fluid, the single largest amniotic fluid pocket by in vertical section, and it is 8.3 3 centimeters, which is sufficient to declare this being as case of polyhydramnios as well. So there is polyhydramnios number 1. There is MECONIUM in the suggestive of fetal distress. What is the cervix length? Now you see that I'm trying to get the cervix. And then we measure the cervical length. Now this is the cervix, longitudinal section. This is the cervix, this area, and this is the urinary bladder anterior to it, and this is the internal os, and the cervix measures 3.9 centimeters, so the cervical length is normal. If you note the activity of the fetus, movements of the fetus are too much as expected for this 25 weeks pregnancy. The fetus is hyperactive. The movements are more than expected normal. where we are, and we're seeing I am seeing the femur. The calcification is normal. No abnormality is seen relating to the femur length or its calcification. Now we have seen that this is the urinary bladder, there comes the heart, the chest and the liver. See. Now this is the diaphragm, this is the liver, and this is the chest where you see the heart, and this is the posterior view of the heart. It's difficult to stabilize this fetus because its activity is much more than expected normal, and the cardiac activity is 150, rather 159 to 160 beats per minute, and the heartbeat is slightly more than normal, should not exceed more than 150, or say you can say it is at the upper limit of normal. However, the waveform is normal. The cardiac activity, well, 163. So no normally seen relating to the chest, no proof pain, the liver is okay. Now what about the kidneys? Where are the kidneys? Let's see. Ultrasound is difficult in brief presentation. Now this is the kidney, left kidney. This area that you are seeing is the left kidney, this one. So kidney is normal, urinary bladder is okay. So there is no other pathology relating to the abdomen. See them. Now I am moving the probe very fast. Probably I am in a hurry, yes I am. It's about 10 hours straight of my working. And this video I am making intentionally for learning purpose, to be uploaded on YouTube. As you know, I am Dr. Tahir at Model Town Market, Gujranwala. Tahir Lab Ultrasound Clinic. The gender to me appears to be a female, double X, in this position. What I can get, well, we'll come back to it if we had to. So now let's concentrate on the main pathology which relates to the fetal bone, fetal head. And the fetal head, this is the fetal head, and here you can see there is dilation of the ventricles. Now let's first consider this ventricle. This is the lateral ventricle. Forget about all other things. This is the lateral ventricle. It is fluid filled, dilated. This is the choroid plexus. This area appears to be more than 75 at an angle of more than 75 degrees. We always measure the dilation of the or the dilated ventricle, lateral ventricle from the edge of the medial edge of the choroid plexus, and here we are. The choroid plexus is 14.5 millimeters. Anything above 3 is considered to be abnormal. So this is the lateral ventricle, this is the choroid plexus. It's dilated, approximately 14.5 millimeters. Normal should not exceed more than 3 millimeters. So depicted one. Now let's go to the other one. See what's wrong with the other ventricle. What is its how much is it dilated, and what is the status of the choroid plexus in it. Now this is the second. This is the second one. Yeah. Now this is the dilated left ventricle. This is the dilated left ventricle. The second one. Here it is. This is the choroid plexus, and it's dilated up to 11.1. Again, anything above 3 millimeters is considered to be abnormal. So there is dilation of both the lateral ventricles, with choroid plexus is angled at more than 65-degree angle. Now this is the third ventricle. This is the area of the third ventricle, this one. And the third ventricle is not that clearly seen. Whereas, now you see here where dilated lateral ventricle fine, and we do not see the third ventricle. This is the area of the third ventricle, this one, and it appears to be totally blocked by echogenic material. This may be bleed, this may be clot within the third ventricle. So this is the third ventricle, this area. And this is the fox cerebri. This is again the fox cerebri. Okay, what else? Now you can see that the placenta is anterior wall. We don't see any normal getting to the placenta. We saw a normal umbilical cord, and let's remain to the. Now this is the fetal brain. You can see the choroid plexus. This is the choroid plexus. What about the facial features? What about the occipital region? Don't see any dilation of the ventricle in the region of the cerebellum. See, this is the fox cerebri, this central area. And this is the eye of the fetus. This is the second eye of the fetus. So this is eye, this is the eye, and we made it. 4.0 centimeters, 11.1, 11.7 millimeters. Now let's concentrate on the facial structures, facial region. Now you see here the cortical mantle is preserved in this case. This is the face. Here you can see that this is the mouth, the mandible, the eye, the cranium, cranial bone. I am not moving the probe, and you can see the movements. Now I am moving to get the position right here. So I don't see any significant anomaly relating to the fetal face or its facial structures. There is absolutely no evidence of cleft palate. Here we are. Okay, then now this is what about the cortical mantle? The cortical mantle, here I am seeing reverberation artifacts, and it makes it difficult to get the cortical mantle in this region. And I show you that the cortical mantle is significantly reduced in size. No cortical mantle, in fact, is seen. There is dilation of all the ventricles, and this is a case of hydrocephalus. Definitely. Case of hydrocephalus with dilated lateral ventricles, thin, clogged third ventricle, and Polyhydramnios, MECONIUM, MECONIUM, fetal that is suggestive of fetal distress. Come on. So this study is being performed by Dr. Tahir A Siddiqui at Main Market Marathon, Gujranwala. Let's see the limbs again. Now at times we can get confused by this portal vein as suggestive of the fetal sex. As you know, this is the buttock part of the femur, and this area may misguide you at times regarding the fetal sex, whereas this is like a cord. This is the knee joint. This is the femur, the thigh, the foot, and you can see this is the foot of the patient. This is the foot of the patient, the tibia, the fibula. See the activity of the fetus. This is abnormal activity, this is not normal. See now these are the fingers, the hand, the fingers, the digits, the palm, the hand, and the bones, radius, ulna. Okay, you can see that this is the thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. Major cervical. As regarding the mother, she is having bilateral obstructive uropathy, bilateral dilation of the all the calyces of the kidney. This is the left kidney of the mother with proximal ureter seen. This is the left kidney, and the proximal ureter is seen dilated up to approximately 13 millimeters, whereas the proximal ureter should not exceed more than 7. So there is dilation. Now this is the right kidney. The right kidney is normal. You can see the corticomedullary differentiation is intact. Now there is minimal to moderate degree of callicylactasia at all levels, with dilation of the proximal ureter, and presently this is disturbing her more than anything else. It's because of now the proximal ureter in this right kidney or right proximal ureter measures 13.1, which is again dilated as if we consider the normal one. See the beta. This is the cause of pain. Let's see the urinary bladder of the mother. This is the urinary bladder of the mother. Do we see any finding in this video? Is there any stone, mass? Nothing. So the urinary bladder of the mother is normal. It's all because of the pressure from the fluid in the gestational sac that is giving pressure on both the ureters, thus causing a lot of pain to the patient, which is primarily the ureter, called uretary pain. It's bilateral because of the pathology, neurological pathology seen in the form of dilated lateral ventricles, clogged the third ventricle, and hydrocephalus, as we may say. with loss of cortical mental. Here we see the cerebellum. So this is the case of the day for me, at least. Show you once more the dilated ventricle, lateral ventricle with choroid plexus. Okay, I will like to maintain with this one. Okay. Here we are. Thank you very much. Now, keep in your mind that normally this is the dilated ventricle. See, again, let me mark it for you. Lateral ventricle, dilated. Concentrate on this area of the brain. Roughly, this is the dilated ventricle, and this is the choroid plexus, this area, echogenic linear area, and its angle is more than 75 degrees, and we always measure the width of the dilated ventricle from the degree of ventricular dilation from the medial from this margin of the and in this section it is dilated up to 20.3 millimeters, whereas normal should not exceed more than 3. Now when we see the choroid plexus in this position of more than 75, hanging at a degree of 47 degrees, more than 75 degrees, it is called a dangling sign, dangling sign. And normally the choroid plexuses are placed not more than 25 degrees. So this is one thing that you should be aware of. When hydrocephalus, the angle is greater and the choroid plexus dangles. Now an angle of 75 degrees or more, that of the choroid plexus, is pathognomic, even if the choroid plexus are in contact with the lateral ventricle wall. Now in this case we do not see the choroid plexus in contact with the dilated ventricular wall. Even if the choroid plexus is with the in contact with the choroid plexus wall, and it has an angle of more than 75 degrees, it is pathognomic. It's a pathognomic sign. So in this case, now you see the brain mental is not seen in this case. Now this area is close to the this area is close to the transducer, and there are a lot of reverberation artifacts in this region, and the reason why this area is appearing brighter and white compared to this region. Now this is the area where the third ventricle should have been. This is this linear structure in the center is the fox cerebri, this central area. So this is a case of hydrocephalus with loss of brain mental, and and above that we saw polyhydramnios and very active fetus. We did saw MECONIUM, which is suggestive of fetal distress in this case. So, and the polyhydramnios was putting a lot of pressure on the ureters, and that was the reason that the mother, both kidneys were showing minimal to moderate hydronephrosis, and she was in severe pain because of severe pressure on the ureters, thus giving a bilateral obstructive uropathy appearance, and the cause of agony of backache and severe abdominal pain to the mother. So this is a case of fetal anomaly in which we did saw hydrocephalus, but in a bit different form. And Dr. Tahir A Siddiqui, sonologist at Main Market, Model Town, Tahir Lab and Ultrasound Clinic. I hope you will comment, and if there is anything more to add upon or to correct me, I will welcome that with open heart and mind, because all the videos that I have uploaded so far, more than 850, are free for learning purpose. I am myself still, I think myself after 20 years of ultrasound practice, I am also a learner, still a learner. So thank you very much for your time.